Nothing wrong with your eyesight. Might be something wrong with my eyesight. Arizona's in first place. The Arizona Diamondbacks are in first place in the National League West. Are you kidding me? I mean, we have talked ad nauseum about the Padres' hitting problems. The Dodgers have pitching problems. They're really dinged up in the starting rotation, and their bullpen has just absolutely collapsed. Now, this weekend, they think they're getting Julio Urias back as a starter. This kid, Bobby Miller, the number one pick, has thrown 3 great games in a row as a starter. In fact, I think he's given up only 1 earned run in something like 17 innings. Kershaw continues to be Kershaw, just won his 9th game today through 7 shutout innings.
Wow.
They've had a huge setback with Noah Syndergaard. He's been removed from the roster. He is on the injured list. His ERA is over 7. Mechanically, he's just not the same pitcher. He can't get it back. He's had, 5 or 6 bad outings in a row. He's being sent to an extended spring training in Glendale while he's on the IL to try to figure things out. He's lost his velocity. His mechanics are all fouled up. He doesn't feel right on the mound. And I don't know whether he's favoring the elbow that he had the major operation, just not the same pitcher. Now, on top of everything else, the bullpen has imploded. There is no Kenley Jansen in Dodger Stadium anymore. You think back to Dodger relievers, and what's the first name that flashes to mind? Eric Gagne.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
I mean, Jonathan Broxton, Steve Howell, and all of his problems.
Jay Howell, was he one of them?
Steve Howell.
Steve Howell, okay, I'm getting them mixed up.
All right. Last 11 losses for the Dodgers, the bullpen, 38 innings thrown in 11 games. 39 runs allowed.
Whoa.
44 hits, 19 base runners from the relievers. That's unbelievable.
That ain't working.
That's 60, I do bad math, 67 base runners in 38 innings. The collective ERA of the Dodger bullpen, 9.23.
Yeah.
In the last 11 games.
And that's a whip near 2. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. So the term Dodger Blue now has a different dimension to it as it relates to
they're
the
singing
bullpen.
the blues.
I think that Andrew Friedman's going to have to make a deal to get a pitcher. We got a bunch of teams that are out of the pennant races that are dead. Make the phone call. Kansas City's got Aroldis Chapman, the once famous Yankee closer.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a 2.15 ERA for a last place horrid team. See if you can get him. Washington's out of the race. They got 3 relievers that they've put on the trade block. See if there's one there that attracts your attention, because this can't go on. They keep blowing leads. I mean, they had a 6-2 lead this week. They had an 8-3 lead, and they lost both those games. 11 losses in the last 3 weeks just because the bullpen has imploded. So Dodger baseball is hitting the daylights out of the ball, and their starters have been pretty decent through all the adversity. This bullpen just is terrible.
Yeah, you got to have a solid bullpen if you want to go deep into the season. I saw some highlights. They were playing in the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and the Reds brought up one of these rookies, and he was just killing it. What was his name? Was it De La Cruz? I think was his name.
L.A. De La Cruz, 19-year-old shortstop, 6'7", and I think he crashed a 462-foot home run against the Dodgers in his first game.
Unbelievable. I mean, that's a special player. So the Reds are probably all fired up, and you teeing off on some of these weak Dodger hitters. Good on the Reds.
Well, here's the question: you make the deal now. Say it's Aroldis Chapman, who's had a really good career. Now he might be 40 years of age. He's still got velocity though. He had some physical problems last year, but he's healthy in Kansas City right now. You make the deal now before the deadline, so there's not a risk that he gets hurt in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Or you make the deal now, and maybe you're a month ahead of everybody else, getting yourself back into the chase for first place with legitimacy in the bullpen, because they've been trying anything and everything. They're trying guys off the streets, free agents. They brought in Ken Giles, who had 2 arm problems, and he's currently at Oklahoma City, but he's not ready to pitch. And nobody knows him to pitch at the major league level. So, and they've got a lot of assets in their farm system. Now, I don't think they want to trade one of the AAA pitchers at Oklahoma City to rent Aroldis Chapman, but you could be able to put together some type of package to be able to get an established lefty that you could rent for the rest of the season. So that's where we are. Dodger baseball's got issues. Padre baseball's got issues. And shaking my head that Arizona's in first place.
That's incredible.
There's a lot of baseball still that they've been playing.
We were just talking, like our previous podcast, about how the Dodgers needed starting pitchers, and now they need relief pitchers. I mean, all hands on deck.
Yeah, very much so. Let's